Students, it is snowing tonight. The college, as you know, has canceled classes. Today is Monday, February the 7th, but it is important that you plow on. You are participating in a hybrid class, and so you know that there are some online assignments, as we've discussed, that you need to do. So very important that you plow forward, okay? Plow on, keep moving forward. The first night of class, I gave you a schedule, and we're following this schedule right now. We might have been running a little behind. I know we started on chapter 3. I do not think we started on chapter 4 last week, but I think we finished up chapter 3, but that's okay. You should really be knocking out chapter 3. You will find that chapter 4 only has just a little bit to it. Now, as I've already told you, in terms of exam number 1, and remember I did a video for you and talked about what you should expect for the exam this coming weekend, so you're kind of prepared on that, which is one question from chapter 1, one question from chapter 2, two questions from chapter 3, and one question from chapter 4. So, so I think that this is reasonable, and I think we can still keep going forward. Now, also remember that you have a lot of due dates that are coming up, and that's really what I want to prod you about. But perhaps the positive side of not having class tonight is that you can use this time to knock out homework, okay, to really get going with that homework. I did give you one relief. I told you I almost never change due dates and never open them back up, and that is true, except for that for learning project number 2, I have delayed that due date until February the 20th, and so you'll see that reflected in pause. I do not go back and update this schedule that's online, so you make note, handwritten note on your schedule. The reason I don't update it online is because then students feel like I've changed things on them, and it's much better if you make note on your piece of paper, and that way you can track those changes, okay? Now, what do you need to do? You feel confused. Well, you're pacing yourself. Hopefully, as I've warned you, you did not let all this queue up and, so that you feel like you're being clobbered this week. Hopefully, you are all but done anyway. But just as a reminder, in the email that I sent you, I'm just kind of reminding you, you need to finish pause. Several of you last week said that you were really almost, finished with these quizzes and going a long way on those, so that's good. You want to finish up your pause quizzes. You want to submit that first learning project, which I hope is a fun activity for you with the preparing the graphs. Make sure you submit that into the first Dropbox. And then, now, the thing that always takes time, and I've warned you, get started on that, and is the connect, right? Now, chapter 1, which is chapters 1 through 4, part 1, that's chapter 1, tends to go kind of quickly. Chapter 2, part 2, tends to go kind of quickly. I suspect that part 3 slowed you down a little bit, so make sure that you're working forward. Now, don't spend 5 hours trying to solve the same problem. If you get stuck, remember, use pause, email me, and let's see what's going on, okay? Exam number 1 will be available this coming weekend, Friday through Sunday, okay? And remember, do not wait until the last minute. Now, there is an instructions sheet because, as I've told you, you don't have, 72 hours to solve this. You actually have 90 minutes, okay, from the time that you begin the exam. So try to plan that hour and a half period of time, maybe on Friday, maybe on Saturday, so that by the time Sunday rolls around, you're working on the next chapter. You're not even concerned with this. Now, when will the instructions become available? They become available Friday morning, which is when the test starts at 5 a.m. You can find them by entering our course, clicking on the content link, scrolling down to the exam number 1 category, and then clicking the document exam number 1 instructions. And I showed you that in the last video, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. If you have any questions, give me a call, or not a call, I'm sorry, send me an email. That's the best. But go through this email with these instructions, but keep moving forward. Use this time that we would have been in class to work harder on your assignments. Thanks.